Okay, so I have a pile of clothes that aren't working for me for whatever reason. So I'm going to remake them. First thing is this skirt is super comfy and I actually really like it. Both of these are op shop purchases from, well, this one I've had for a really long time. But I never wear it anymore because it's got no pockets, and because the waistband is shared, it's not strong enough to take the weight of, say, my phone in a pocket. So I have this plan that I will add on in the inside another waistband and elastic, I think. Probably two things of elastic around, so that I can then add in the side seams, which are oh, that doesn't have a side seam. Yes, it does. What is this? Where is that? That is so weird. It's not in the same place as the side seam of the elastic. Oh, it's like funny paneling. Okay, so that's going to change how I can do my pockets. Maybe they'll have to be little fronty ones. Where's this one? Oh, there and there. So I might have to put in pockets here, which would be different. I haven't got any inseam pockets in that position, I don't think. No. I want them to be reasonably invisible, so this is a really lovely soft cotton. I guess it's like a lawn. I don't know. It was a gift from India from a colleague. She knows how much I love turquoise. It's way too big. It's way too sleeveless. And I just don't wear this length because of the types of skirts that I wear tend to be, yeah. And I don't really wear pants, especially not in winter, or summer, which is obviously what this top's for. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is take in the side a bit, obviously, and cut off the bottom at some point and use that to make some little sleeves. I actually saw some fabric kind of similar, very similar colours with also flowers at Spotlight yesterday, which I was tempted by, but I thought, no, I have this at home. Don't use this to make a top that actually works for me. This dress, I've started taking apart, and I just, I'm in many minds about it. I love the colour, and I love the random kind of Grecian style. The bust was way too big for me, so I was thinking I could do something with that, but I actually don't know if I can, just because of the shape. Also, it's like a kind of gauzy muslin-y type of fabric, you know, like what baby wraps are sometimes made out of. And consequently quite frayy, and in some parts I can see that she's starting to fall apart. Like here, I think like the gathers are starting to come out a bit. Yeah, so still not too sure how to, oh here we go, the yoke's coming apart from the back there. Nice little hole. So not too sure what I'm going to do. I might be able to find a fabric match to add some bits, but you know, like it would have to be the same weight and texture and colour, so who knows. Or if I have some left over of this, because it is actually quite a similar weight, the colour match is reasonably good. Maybe I could incorporate some of that. We'll see. I remake and then I remake. So this was a dress. It's a beautiful, I love the colour. Can you guess what my favourite colour is? It's a lovely bamboo, crazy stretchy. Was a dress, so it just had a very simple top, kind of gathered and swooped a bit. I don't know. Anyway, I have this lovely, really oily skin, so I actually kill tops. If you look closely on some of my tops, you can actually see it's like a different colour where my bra is not. So that's charming. And yeah, anything that's got elastin in it does not last because the oil just degrades the elastin and it breaks and then stops working. So I turned it into a skirt, by which I mean I just chopped off the top and made it into, so it could be a drawstring skirt. But because of my body shape, stuff like this doesn't work on me. Like it always goes, like hangs down. I don't know, like I've got quite a high hair thinginess. I don't know how it works. Anyway, so I had this idea that also, like, I'm not really gonna wear it like that. I thought maybe I could turn it into a pair of just casual shorts with an elastic waistband. With pockets, obviously, because what's the point if there are no pockets? This is one of the things I made reasonably early on when I don't put in pockets. I mean, partly it's because it's really hard to put pockets into like a really stretchy fabric because pulley-ness of the weight. So they'd have to be supported by the waistband, but we shall see what happens with that. It's been on my head for a while, in my pile for a while. Can it be done? We shall see. This is another thing that's already been remade. So it was just a really simple kind of A-line, I don't know, 1940s inspired, perhaps you could say, dress, which I didn't realise how even the pattern actually was on this. I thought it was really random, but now that I can see it, I'm like, oh, there's like an order to that. Okay, so I think what I've done is I've shortened it slightly, pulled this up so that the wider bit was a little higher because my hips were getting bigger. But I put it on the other day and I couldn't put anything in the pockets because otherwise it pulled everything and made it kind of like obviously what it was before I remade it. Yeah, and as I said, I don't think my butt's gonna get any smaller, so I think I might just turn it into a top. Like cut it to there-ish. And who knows what I'll do with the bottom half. Maybe I'll make another top, I don't know. Okay. This guy actually only just needs mending, but hey, let's have a look. I've already mended that under this armpit. It was tearing there, so it's fine. Oh, and I did a very casual version of sashiko to mend a rip that I made there because it got caught in something. Can't remember what it was. And instead of like loosening the thing and to get it out, I was just like, I'll just rip it, it'll be fine. No, it wasn't, I ripped it in the fabric, no hole in the fabric. Anyway, but I really like that little visible mending detail, which is actually really hard to find if you don't know it's there. But these are just patch pockets and they are starting to pull and make little holes above them because I didn't do any sort of reinforcing because reasons. So I'm going to have to do some reinforcing because yes, this dress is sleeveless. I do have a bit of this fabric left. I could potentially add some of the sleeves. Maybe I should do that because it is a bit of sleeves. But it's super comfy. a nice just pull-on dress. I used to wear it with a belt, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it be free. Okay, so I had a little phase when I was like trying peplum-y things. The problem with peplum, I've discovered, is that it's breezy, which is great in summer, but doesn't keep me warm in winter. And I don't wear long sleeves in summer. Who does that? People that aren't tropical fish, I suppose. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is, because I'm not really wearing it because it doesn't keep me warm, I'm just going to make little cap sleeves and do, I don't know what with the rest of the sleeves. But then I might actually wear it because it'll be the right weight. Right style, right length, I don't know, it'll be right. And this is pretty much the same style. And it's a really light lawn. Like, what was I thinking? How is lawn going to be warm in winter? Like, it's one of the lightest possible fabrics. So if I did the same thing with that, make little cap sleeves. Again, I will start wearing it again. I have a series of these dresses. So this is what that blue and white flowery one, same style. I think the blue one was the first one I made, and then I made a few others sort of just patterned off that, and I forgot to iron it. No, I shouldn't say I forgot to iron it. I chose not to iron it because I'm lazy before I made the pattern out of them, and guess what? It wasn't properly stretched out, and so then I ended up having to put like little panels down the side so it would work at my bum, and that was when I was a lot skinnier. So yeah, I think all of these tops, these dresses have now sadly reached the point where I'm probably never going to fit my butt into them again, which is sad because they're comfy, but on the other hand, the skirts are just too narrow. I can't sit cross-legged on the floor in them, and I often need to sit cross-legged on the floor, so yeah, turn them into tops or something, unless I can figure out a way to, actually, I got some black, this is rayon, I got some plain black rayon, I can maybe try some godets in this one to keep it as a dress. I do have a top with this fabric. The front is this fabric, the back is black. And I don't wear it that much. Actually, that was another one that was originally a long sleeve top, and I was just like, what? Rayon's not comfy in winter, it's cool to the touch. So I don't really want another one of these as a top because, I mean, black and white's not really my thing. I just really love these zebras. But if I put some godets in from, say, here, that would add the space I need for my bum. Let's see. That's an idea. And black, you know, black's easy to match. This one's another one. Which was incredibly snug over my butt last time I wore it. Oh yeah, this is one you can actually see the colour change under there and over here from my lovely oily skin. So charming. What will I do? This one I'd probably just make into a top because I just absolutely love the colour, and I got one top out of it because I used the leftovers to make tops. But can you have too many tops in awesome colour like this? No. And here's my beautiful daisy dress. I experimented a bit with this one. Different kind of pockets, these are patch pockets, but they're great hand size, not so great for putting things in. Really narrow. It did look pretty amazing on me at the time. But yeah, it's no longer working. So I've got some fabric that is a very close match for the blue. It's actually broadcloth, which is a slightly rougher weave, but I felt like it worked okay. So again, I can't decide what I'm going to do, but I cannot just part with this dress because it I bought this fabric because it reminded me a lot of a skirt that my grandmother used to have. And so it's quite special. It's got sentimental value. Don't know, but somehow it's going to make me a fantastic new garment.